Anybody can talk about what skills they have and how they are better than everyone else, but you are going to do what nobody else is doing, and that is sharing your why. Hey, I'm James with MaximumCareer.com, and today we're going to go over the magical formula that will transform your interview responses. And that magical formula starts with why. The concept of starting with your why was coined by Simon Sinek back in 2009 in his book called Start With Why. He also gave a phenomenal TED Talk by the same name, which is more likely where you've heard of the concept before. If you haven't already, I definitely recommend checking out that video, and I will leave a link in the description. Now, the premise of starting out with why is that most companies think from the outside in when it comes to selling their product. They say what their product is and how it's unique or different from others and just end there. The example given in the TED Talk was a computer company who might say something like, "We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one?" This is underwhelming to say the least, but this is what we do all the time in our interviews. We say what we do, we say how we're better or different from other candidates, and then we just hope that the interviewers will pick us out of the 30 other people interviewing for the exact same role. The relationship between how, what, and why can be visualized with what Simon Sinek calls the golden circle. Instead of starting from the outside ring of the circle, inspirational companies and leaders will always start from the inside and work their way out. The example of this was Apple selling their computer, which might look like, in everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. And we just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? It's the simple act of starting off the sales pitch with a fundamental belief or philosophy and then moving into the how and what about the product, which is the thing that transforms an average sales pitch into one that's difficult to refuse if you can relate to that why. Now to this point, I've only been talking about organizations and their approach to selling their products. So you might be thinking to yourself, how does this relate to me and my interview? In your interview, you're really selling yourself. You're convincing the hiring manager that the product, you, is the best product compared to the alternatives, all of the other candidates. So let's walk through each of these 3 rings on the golden circle and identify how they relate to you and your interview responses, starting with the outside ring of that circle, your what. Every organization on the planet knows what they do. These are the products they sell or the services they offer. In my view, your what here is going to refer to your skills. Hard skills generally fall into this bucket more neatly, but certainly some soft skills are well matched to this too. Consider, what is it that you do? Are you an expert coder or an event organizer? Do you excel in public speaking or know exactly what to say to resolve any conflict? These are the skills and the things that you do day by day. They are valuable skills that companies are looking for. When somebody is checking your qualifications, they generally stay at this ring of the circle. I think we're all pretty aware of our what. That's kind of the bread and butter of our resume, and most interview advice out there is going to help you better sell these skills in your interview. So let's move in the circle to your second ring, your how. But first, you should know that the reason I put these videos out here is because I believe that I can help people just like you land your dream job. And the only way I can do that is if these videos reach more people. So if you want to single-handedly help me share that knowledge with more, be sure to hit the like button. Some organizations know how they do it. These are the things that make them special or set them apart from their competition. To me, your how represents your general approach to any given scenario. For example, you might be an expert coder, but how you code might look like working smarter, not harder. You might always be looking to reuse previous code to save time and energy. You could be the person asking questions like, Why are we developing this in the first place? What is the return on investment? Do we have anything that can already do this? What does the maintenance of this code look like? Your how really gets deeper into your perspective and the manner in which you perform those different actions and skills. These are the things that are harder to teach, and frankly, much more valuable to the interviewers than you might realize. There's that old saying, the only thing that college really taught me was how to learn. And I think that perfectly sums up the how ring of the circle. Sure, you're going to want to sell your skills, but take deliberate effort to sell your perspective and your approach to those skills as you go through your interview responses. Finally, we move to the center of the circle, your why. Let's go back to the golden circle. Very few organizations know why they do what they do. Why is not about making money. That's a result. Your why is a purpose, a cause, or belief. It's the very reason your organization exists. Here I think things line up pretty well between an organizational why and a personal why. Just like making money should be an incidental result for an organization, so too should making money be simply an incidental result for us, not our main purpose. Now, I'm not naive, I get it. Most of us are working solely for the money, but there are soul-sucking jobs, and there are jobs that inspire you to work long hours just to get the job done correctly. The difference between these two types of jobs is how closely your why lines up with the why of the organization. From your perspective, finding a company that matches your why is going to be what allows you to enjoy going to work every day and what will bring you so much more fulfillment in your job. And I encourage each and every one of you to reflect on your purpose and values so that you can seek out those companies that align with your why. But maybe right now you're not as concerned with finding your dream job as you are with landing the job that you are applying for right now. And for that, we need to take a look at the why from the company's perspective. From a company's perspective, a candidate whose why closely aligns with the why of the company is an employee who's going to work extra hard, continuously learn, and inspire others to do the same. As an employer, finding employees who have the same why as you is infinitely more valuable than somebody who's just in it for the paycheck. That's why you want to infuse your why into as many interview responses as you can. And when I say your why, I mean their why. I mean the company's why. And if you're not sure what the company's why is, just go check out their mission, vision, and values. You can find these super easily online. Try and take each of these and incorporate a little bit into your interview responses. This is going to be easier in some of those more open-ended questions, like tell me about yourself and what are your career goals? But they can also be incorporated into your behavioral response questions by modifying the STAR format to seamlessly include your why. To learn about this and how you can start incorporating your why into your behavioral interview responses and to be the most memorable candidate at your next interview, be sure to check out my complete guide to behavioral interview questions, and that video is right here. Go check that out, and I'll see you next time.